Hey y'all, this is Gwen to be Miss to be free. How's everybody doing tonight? I hope everyone is well. I hope you had a wonderful, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, however you want to say it. I hope everything was good for you and yours. I was looking through some videos today on my lunch break, and I saw that Jesus Girl, um, a beautiful woman that I am subscribed to, she did a tag video and she put me in on the tag, and I'm glad that you did. It's a really good tag. It's 10 things that I wish I knew 10 years ago. And before I left work, I had all intentions of doing this video because in listening with her to hers and also thinking about what is it that I would do or what I would say on my tag video, I just really got into it. And I'll start. I won't belong the time. I'll go ahead and start. My first thing, okay, let's say I'm 42 now. 10 years ago, I would have been 32. Um, that means that my daughter would have been 9 years old. And at that particular time, I was still married. So that's setting everything up. That's setting everything up for this. So the first thing is that my relationship with God, I think I would have been a cultivator of my relationship with God. I would have been more of what I needed to be. I think I would have put Him uh, first before everything else, everyone else. I would have put God first, even before myself. At that particular time, looking back on things, had I had Him in my life and wanted Him in my life as I do now, I think my life would be more, it would be a lot different than what it is right now. The second thing would be that I would be okay with not being the center of the party, the center of the whatever it was that was going on. Because looking back now, back then I had a need, I had a sense of urgency as it pertains to wanting to be the center. If there was if there was a party I wanted, I was there. I was there. If there was a party, if there was a get together, I was there. If it was whatever, I was there. And if I wasn't there, I felt like, oh my God, I didn't go, or I wasn't invited, or this, that, and the other. So I would just be okay with not being in on the things that are going on and all of that. My relationship with my daughter, I would have placed bigger emphasis on that. I would have done a lot more mother daughter things. I was caught up into working a lot, and when I wasn't working, it was like, okay, who am I gonna go out and hang out with, and what we gonna do this weekend, and that type of stuff. And all of that time, especially during that time frame, she was 9 years old, going on 10 years old. It would have been an awesome time to really have a bonding type relationship with her, and that wasn't necessarily the biggest priority for me at that particular time. And oh, how I hate that now. Our relationship is a lot better than it used to be, a lot better than it used to be. We still have our issues, and our issues all go back to that particular time in my life, that time frame in my life. But if I had it to do all over again, she would definitely be a bigger priority for me in my life. We would have done so many cool things. It's a shame that we can't take the hands of time and rewind them. It really is a shame because I grieve about that. Um, as I told you also, I guess this would be number we're going into number four. I wouldn't be so caught up in being a people pleaser. Being a people pleaser, wanting everybody to be okay with who you are, the way you dress, the way you wear your hair, the things you say, the places. things you say, the places you go, the people you hang out with, it's a never ending circle. You'll never make everybody happy with you. Not everybody's gonna be happy with you simultaneously. So there, at any given point in your life, there's gonna be somebody that's not okay with you. And had I wish 10 years ago I would have been okay with, if you're okay with me, cool. If you're not, then okay, fine too. That's cool. But I'm gonna keep on living. I'm gonna keep on breathing. The earth is gonna keep on spinning on its axis, and everything's gonna be okay. You're gonna do your thing. I'll do mine, and we'll be all right. Okay. Number five would be I would have spoken my mind more. I wouldn't have held things in. I was and still am to some degree the type that I'll take a lot. I'll hold a lot in. The deal is once I let go of everything that I've held in, then that's the part. That's the tricky part. But I feel like those people that are able to express themselves from point A and not hold it till they get to point C are better off. They're less stressed. They're not as stressed. They can move on with life and move from one situation to the next situation without any problems. They generally probably don't have a problem with high blood pressure and all that kind of stuff. They sleep well at night. 10 years ago, I wasn't sleeping well at night. I would hold a lot of stuff in. Things would just fester. Things would almost have sort of like a volcanic activity within inside me. I would just get so ticked and so pissed off about stuff. And then once I exploded, it was like molten lava. No joke. Somebody was going to get burned. Well, we all know that only a fool is quick to anger. So I was foolish, very foolish in my ways, and in my thinking. So I feel like that if I had of expressed myself and spoken my mind from the giddy up, then I think I could have avoided some of the ill feelings that I had, things that I just kept inside, and all of this stuff kinds of builds on each other. So there we go with that one. Number six, I want to talk about um, I would have continued to be physically active. I would have taken better care of myself and my health. At that particular time, there was a time where I was playing softball extracurricularly. I was working out. I wasn't as heavy as I am now. And that was a point I got a good feeling. I felt good when I was more physically active. And so if I could turn back time, if I could find a way. Anyway, if I could just go back to that, I would continue to have been physically active, been in the gym, eating right, and taking care of myself. It's always a catch 22 when things happen in your life and with your health. It's hard to go back and kind of, stop some of the processes that have begun. However, I'm looking at doing better with that even. Okay. Seven, downtime. Not being so busy, so on the go all of the time. Leaving the house at whatever time in the morning, getting back late at night, whether it's from work, from shopping, from whatever, from hanging out, I would have taken more time. But see, I didn't like being alone. I didn't like just being in a quiet room. Something had to be going on, whether it was the television, the stereo, it had to be the phone or whatever. I had to have some type of commotion going on. And now I appreciate downtime. I love downtime. I love coming home and chilling and just letting the pressure, letting the steam off. That's what I enjoy doing. And it makes a difference. It's made a difference in my life. Um, Number eight, I think I would have had more kids. Yeah, I only have one daughter, and I would have wanted at least two other children. And I really, yeah, I would have had more kids. I would have. Number nine, I would have furthered my education. Um, I went back, I got my RN degree, but I would have not stopped at just that. My my associate's degree, I would have continued on, and by now I would probably have a master's degree in nursing, and or either a nurse practitioner. But it's never too late for education, so I'm working on something hopefully in the near future. Maybe not in nursing, but something. Number 10, I would have traveled more. I would have come outside my box more. I would have shared my love of poetry, my writing, my speaking. I would have done that more, but more so than anything, I would have traveled outside of the state of Alabama. I would have wanted to travel more um, outside of the U.S. Um, but when your thinking is when your mind is cluttered and filled with all other kinds of stuff, you can't even think about the things that you can do, all of the things that you could possibly do outside of what you're doing because you're so caught into the four corners that you've built around yourself. It's hard to think outside of that box. And I would have come outside the box. Matter of fact, I would have just kicked the walls of the box down. There wouldn't have been a box. I would have just been out there. I'm telling you. So I really appreciate this. I really appreciate this tag, Jesus Girl. I really appreciate it. Thank you. It's made me think about a lot of things. It made me think about all of these things that are going on these two pieces of paper are things that I can enact right now. They're not things that I have to wait another 10 years to do another tag video and say, what would you have changed once when you were 42? And I have things that are happening right now that will enable me to do some different things. And so I am eagerly awaiting those things, and I'm happy for the relationship that my daughter and I have right now. I'm happy about that. I'm happy about the talks that we have and the laughs that we have, but the understanding that we have for each other and with each other right now. Again, I appreciate this video, and I will tag some other people. I don't know who those people will be as of this time, but look for the description box. And if you see your name, please do the tag video. It's worth doing. It really is. All right, y'all have a good night. Bye.